and AD. Just kind of what do you think of the job that you did on him, and then, as a team, kind of what you guys can maybe do better?
Yeah, personally, it's a tough job, but that's what I'm here for. That's why I play. I think a couple of reads I could have done better, especially on LeBron, and I'm mad Anthony got that foul. He kind of slipped, so I'm not really sure that was even a foul. But I think for the most part we did as well as we could. There's a couple things where our communication was a little off, but for the most part, I feel like we did a great job on Anthony. LeBron had a pretty great shooting night. A couple of times I probably should have went over on those screens so that he didn't have those kind of right behind the pick threes. But I think we did all right, and we'll probably watch film on it and see what we can do better.
It didn't, obviously LeBron hit those couple of threes late, but it didn't feel like those two were the ones that hurt you. It was kind of the action off of the rotations that they caused. Just kind of what did you, from your perspective, you're covering them, but as you're seeing helpers, is that a situation where you're trying to say, guys, I'm good, I don't need the help, or kind of how do you work through all of that and making those rotations? Because it was the threes that ended up hurting you guys.
Yeah, I think down the stretch, there was once where me and Brooks switched, and I had Anthony kind of in that mid-post. I feel like at that point I just want him to make a play over me, and if he makes a good play, then he makes a good play. But and we're kind of living with that. But I think we did kind of get in there and overhelped a little bit, and you're right, that's when they got that one of those big shots to kind of for that momentum to go their way. So again, just like you said, it's something that we just got to figure out together.
Jim Ozarski.
Well, I guess, Jrue, right off of that, is that one of those things where as you guys are incorporating in new elements of defense and game plans where against good teams, good players, sometimes that's going to happen as you figure this out? Yeah,
and especially down the stretch in big moments. I feel like it kind of comes down to a one-on-one, me or you. Who's going to get this stopper? Who's going to get this bucket? So, again, that's something that we have to learn, and I feel like, I feel like I'm still learning my teammates, and they're still learning me, where down the stretch I do like to guard guys one-on-one, and if I'm completely beat, that's when I kind of like help, but for the most part, I feel like I do a pretty good job making it contested tough too.
To flip it on the offensive end, like you said, they're kind of one-on-one, get this bucket. Tonight there was that 20-8 run to end the first half. I think there was a 4-minute stretch in the third. You guys had one basket. That's happened a little bit this year where there's been stretches. In those moments, do you look for yourself or one of the, Chris or Giannis to go get one, whether it's in the construct of the offense or are you trying to still figure it out, I guess, as a group? Like, how do we stop this? How do we get a bucket to kind of stop a run?
Yeah, I think at this point, this is kind of a teaching moment where we kind of have to go back and look at film and be like, all right, well, if there's 2 or 3 times down the court and we don't get a basket, there has to be a play or there has to be something that says, all right, we're going to get to the free throw line or we're going to get the shot that we want. I personally like the free throw line. But, again, I feel like that's a teaching point and something that we'll look at in film.
One more to Zora Stevenson.
Jrue, you're fielding all these questions consistently about guarding the opponent's best player, right? And then on the other side of it, offensively, you're tasked with kind of leading the charge, getting the offense set. What does it take to be able to kind of excel and handle those responsibilities on both ends? I'm thinking, is that conditioning? Is that a mindset? Where do you get the juice for that?
One is a mindset. I do like the challenge. I do like the competitiveness, and especially going up against the best players, just not in the league, but in the world, and having to be able to do your best to slow them down, because it's just hard to stop somebody like that. And then it is conditioning. LeBron is, just to be blunt, he's strong as hell. So he has, 4 or 5 inches on me. Him posting up, backing down, and then going down the court and still having to score. I do feel like it's a mental game, but a lot of it is recovery. A lot of it is conditioning and just being strong. So for me, it's a challenge. It's something that I love to do, and I continue to try to do my best to do that.